Once upon a time, in a far-off land, there was a fierce war raging between two opposing armies. The battle had been raging for years, with both sides struggling to gain the upper hand. The soldiers on both sides were weary and tired, but they continued to fight on, fueled by their patriotism and their desire to win. As the war dragged on, the supplies of both armies began to dwindle. Ammunition and food were in short supply, and the soldiers had to rely on their wits and resourcefulness to survive. In this desperate situation, the soldiers on both sides began to use an unlikely weapon, cans. The soldiers scoured the battlefield for discarded cans, and they began to use them as makeshift weapons. They filled the cans with rocks, dirt, and any other debris they could find, and then hurled them at the enemy. At first, the enemy soldiers were taken aback by this strange new weapon, but soon they began to retaliate in kind. The battlefield was now filled with the sound of gunfire and the clanging of cans as they flew through the air. The soldiers had to be careful to avoid the cans as they dodged enemy fire and returned fire of their own. The cans became a symbol of the war, a testament to the soldiers' resourcefulness and determination to win. Despite the unusual nature of the weapons, the war continued to rage on. It seemed as though neither side was gaining the upper hand, and the soldiers were growing more and more exhausted. But then, one day, something happened that changed the course of the war. One of the soldiers on the front lines, a young man named Jack, discovered a cache of ammunition that had been hidden by the enemy. With the ammunition in hand, Jack and his comrades were able to mount a surprise attack on the enemy forces. They caught the enemy off guard, and the tide of the battle began to turn. With renewed hope and energy, the soldiers fought on. The cans were still a part of the battle, but now they were used more sparingly, as the soldiers had a new weapon in their arsenal. And eventually, after many more months of fighting, the war finally came to an end. As the soldiers on both sides laid down their weapons, they looked back on the strange and unlikely weapon that had become a part of their war. They knew that the cans would forever be a symbol of their struggle, a testament to their resourcefulness and their will to survive in even the toughest of situations. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video. Like and sub.